Hi everyone, it's Layna here. This sequence is part restorative, only a little bit active, but it's actually meant to be the in-between workout recovery. And we'll be using a bunch of props, although if you don't have things like bolsters and blankets and blocks, you can just makeshift other things, right? Pillows, books, etc. Okay? We'll begin in a very chill version of child's pose. Bring your knees as wide as your mat. And I'm going to be using this little combination because I like to be higher. Bolster and blanket on top. Okay, but whatever. Try a few things out. The higher it is, the more gentle. And then slide the bolster combination right in between thighs, big toes together, knees out. And if there's any kind of knee thing, you can always put little towels under here, helps the flexion of your knees, okay? Fold forward right on top of your bolster. Bring your head all the way down. And just turn your head to one side because we'll do both, So whatever side you're on. Let your arms relax out to the sides and for sure, close your eyes if you like. And start to become aware of the energy in your body, your breath. If there's anything that needs to be adjusted, definitely adjust so this is super comfortable. And as you gently allow your body to keep sinking into the support of your blanket bolster, let your shoulders spread wider across your back. And let your hips melt back towards your heels. And allow everything to just kind of chill, And breathe slowly and deeply. Exaggerate your breath into your back, like the middle of your ribs, the side rib cage, and all the way down towards your kidneys. And just a few more breaths in this first one. So let's lift head and shift so your head goes the other way, evening both sides out. And same on this side, just chill, keep melting deeper and deeper. Usually takes a few deep breaths before you can even tell where there's tension. So if you're not sure, that's okay. And just keep breathing. It can be very, very calming just to follow the rhythm and the pathway of your breath. So last couple slow, deep cycles of breath in this one, and follow with your awareness, your imagination, as your breath moves in and out of your body. And as you slowly rise, neutralize your neck and come on out. Awesome. So for this next section, you move the bolster out of the way. Tabletop on your hands and knees. Scoot your knees a little closer, palms under shoulders, knees under hips. Arch and round through your back. Cat-cow. Go any way you want to, as long as you go both ways. Traditionally, this is done to the rhythm of your breath. The back bend, nice big breath in, tail up. Forward bend, it's an exhale, contract your belly in, chin to chest. And continue right down the middle, back and forth a few times, or start to add your own movement, side to side, or circular motions through your hips. And pause in the middle of all that movement. Reach your right arm all the way up and open. Gaze up. Now 3 rounds. As you exhale, swing your arm under. Try to land your shoulder right at the midline of the mat. Then come right back up again. Counter twist up. And a nice deep twist under. Let's do one more. Always to the breath, yeah. Inhale, reach. Exhale, under, but this time stay down. Now, if your shoulder doesn't reach the floor, grab a block, put it underneath your head so you've got some support. Otherwise, come all the way down and press down through the tops of your shins and the opposite hand, the left hand, as traction. Now, concentrate your breath down into both sides of your rib cage. And every exhale, just a little bit more twist. And then hit the rewind button, come up one more time, reach your right arm up, switch. So same, let's do 3 of those dynamic ones first. So reach your left arm up, swing under, just as far as you can go each time, hopefully a little bit deeper than the one before it, right? 2 more. Ideally, we're keeping movement here really slow, nice and controlled to the rhythm of your breath. Pause at the end of the next one. Keep your shoulder down. You can always prop something, yeah? Head, blanket, shoulder under a blanket, anything you need. And as you work deeper into the back of your shoulder, behind the shoulder blade, actively push your the arm that's on the floor, right? Push that one down so the twist becomes a little more intense around the middle thoracic spine. And always keep breathing. Avoid straining in your neck or your face. Instead, put that pressure in your shins and your shoulder. Okay, slide your left arm all the way back up, little counter twist. Reset down the center. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, down dog. Send your hips back, pedal out your legs. Add any intuitive movements that feel really good to you to stretch out underneath the soles of your feet, backs of your legs, and down the sides of your spine. And when you feel like you've got a good warm-up going on, a few breaths holding pretty still. Drive your heels down, hips back. Spiral your upper arms externally, which means the biceps will spin forward and triceps back towards your toes. Envelop your whole rib cage with a few slow, deep breaths. Take one more. Make it the deepest breath that you've taken this whole time. Send your hips way back and very gently lower your knees down. Grab a block and place your block underneath your butt in between your ankles. And you can go, there's lots of heights to the block. You can even do 2. Just depends. If your knees, if you've got something going on, they don't like to be in such deep flexion, just lift up a little bit more. Interlace your hands, press your inner palms forward, shoulder heads back and down, tuck your chin towards your chest. Breathe into your upper back. Just notice what's going on in there. And keep your hands and arms as they are. Just lift them overhead. Draw your lower abs in. Sit down on the block pretty vigorously, like push down into it so you get this rebound effect without hunching though. Keep shoulders down. Now twist your torso to the right. Keep your arms in line with your body and your head. So you're not just like yanking your arms or trying to turn your chin, but use your whole torso to twist. Try to keep your chin pretty much level right above your sternum and breathe. Notice that every time that you inhale, you almost like untwist a little bit, right? And then exhale, twist more. Just one more breath on this side. And come back through the center. Same thing, other side, check that you're not hunching, lengthen, and twist. It's a true twist, right? We're not using any arm strength or leg strength to assist. It's just your core, right? Obliques, transverse, squeeze everything in the center of your body, turn. Come back to center. Now swing your right arm underneath your left. Hook up your elbows. Wrap your forearms together, palms towards each other. Now, if this doesn't really work, give yourself a nice big bear hug. Now, if you, or either way, push your elbows together, lift them to the height of your shoulders, and push your forearms away from you as much as you can until the stretch goes into your upper back, right in between your shoulder blades. And you can add even more to this by circling elbows one way and the other. All the while, stay nice and supported through your core, so your spine is tall. Abs in. And release. Same. Give your arms a nice big swing up. And now we'll go left arm under, whichever one you didn't do. Check it out. Feel your elbows pressing together as if they're trying to pry apart, but they're stuck. Squeeze like that. Bring elbows to shoulder height. Push forearms away from your face. Just stay and breathe with this, or start adding those circular motions. Went one way, go the other. Release, fly your arms all the way up and down. All right, next piece. We can use the block, especially if you know that in your knees, going all the way down is not awesome, okay? So consider keeping the block. I'm gonna show you the version without it. Grab that whole blanket bolster situation that you worked with earlier. Now, if you've got the block, it's right there in front, okay? If you don't want it, sit your tush right down in front of the block, in front of all the things, or on the block. Now, if this is too much, keep one, extend the other leg, okay? And if upright is enough, just bring your hands behind you for support. Lengthen, breathe. If you've got a little bit more, you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe I could go back. This is awesome work for top of quad, hip flexor, chest. So start testing the water, go back little by little. You might pause on your elbows or go all the way. Arms overhead. And it's totally normal for the side, that the knees bent, for that butt cheek to come up a little, but do try to press it down. Steady eyes, or just simply close them. Just concentrate on following the movement of your breath, which now goes into chest and side ribs. Breathe slow. And the point of these positions, as we hold them with the support of blocks and blankets and all the things, is so that you can hold them longer and with less effort. And this triggers the parasympathetic nervous system in your body. It's when you heal, when your relaxation response kicks in, super healthy. So succumb to a little bit more chill for one more breath. However, if you're doing both knees together, just stay. If you've only got one, let's come back up and switch. Nice and gentle. Go one way, pull it in on the other side. And you can have your foot come out a little further or bring it all the way in. Try which way feels the best. Scoot yourself back as far as you want to go, little by little, and settle back in. Notice what you do feel, what's showing up. This part of fitness is extremely important. This part where we slow down, pay attention, truly listen to what your body's saying, because our body's really, really smart. And a lot of times we're just moving so quickly that we don't stop and listen. And these movements are so, so helpful and enlightening, and noticing how your body is doing. So check in. Last couple of moments here. If you can go back further, keep going back. Very gentle on your knee. Come up just as slow, as many steps as it took to come down. Roll to the side so you can swing your leg forward. Yeah, and give your legs a little shake out. And we'll keep this bolster block, ramp, whatever you've created, behind you. Just scooch it right up to your sacrum, the back of your pelvis. Okay, now slowly roll back down. So this becomes a nice supported backward bend. But let's play with the leg position here. Bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees open. Now, if you have pretty tight inner thigh, inner groin, it's very, very nice to have blocks underneath your thighs so they're not all the way open with gravity, right? You're giving yourself a little bit of support. Sometimes you start with the support and then you feel like, maybe I don't need it anymore, right? So might as well give it a shot. Tuck your shoulders under you. Open your arms wide open like you're making a snow angel. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Before you get 100% still, check in with your low back. If there's any discomfort there, lift your booty up, scoop your tailbone towards your heels so your low back's a little bit longer, and then place your butt back down. As you allow your body to soften breath by breath into this position, scan your body and feel any areas where you hold tension. You may already know where they are. Go to those first. But it's also helpful to run from head to toe, every muscle. And consciously make a release. Your last few moments in this position, if there's any deeper way you could be in it, go there. Out of this one, reach for your legs. And as opposed to using all the inner thigh muscles that you've just been allowing to open, grab the outside of your legs and use your arms to bring your legs back together. Awesome. And roll off to one side and just come right off of your bolster and hang out on your side, just fetal position for a second. It's always nice to transition slowly. Keeps your nervous system super happy and calm. And press up gently. Now for our last position, grab a block, lay all the way down, and move your bolster out of the way. Lift your hips up. Let's do the lowest, widest setting of the block underneath the back of your pelvis. And start here with your feet, soles of feet on the floor, knees bent. Arms anywhere you want, as long as they feel pretty comfortable and your chest is open. It's the best. This is such a good way to get a very gentle inversion where your heart is a little bit higher than your brain, allows any swelling to release from hips and legs, intestines, just a little different angle for your body. It's really calming. But you could take this a step further and do that little scoop move that we did before. Lift your hips, scoop your tailbone towards the backs of your knees, and then place the back of your sacrum back down. So the low back has a lot of space, basically. Now play with extending right leg. Keep your foot on the floor. Just slide until you're on the back of your heel. Straight right leg. Notice what you feel. This is a psoas stretch, the deeper layers of hip flexor. And if this feels awesome, let's try the other one. Bring it in and slide the other leg out. Notice if there's a difference. Which one has more tension? Which one already feels pretty good? Maybe they're the same. It's just fun to notice. And if you feel like it's possible for you to do both legs without any discomfort, more just like a feel-good hip flexor stretch, extend both your legs out. And we come out slowly. Bring your feet in. Soles of feet on the floor. Lift your hips. Move your block out of the way. Roll down and windshield wiper your knees side to side. And our final position is the one that you may just want to chill in for as long as you can. Put your block same exact spot with your legs up to the ceiling. Now this one is a true drain, letting any swelling, any pooling of blood or tension or swelling from feet, ankles, knees, hips, all of that gets to just drain right out. Especially really good if you have any kind of injuries, right? Sports stuff, ankle stuff. This one's a really good one. So it's in this one that I will leave you today. Please stay in it as long as you can. And I'll see you soon.